Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today this is on how to make your own little follow along quilting table placement. And it's all from the dollar store. So what you're going to want to do is run to the dollar store. They have these packs here for like everything's for $1. They have these little packets of like 3 pieces of fabric, and I forgot to grab a picture of all of the ones that they get, but I'm going out with my mom today, so I'll try to remember. I chose this one. They have so many designs that is cute, and then you're going to want to get this as well. I already took it out of the packet, but it looks like this. It's self-adhesive. There's a glossy side, and then like here, let me. Okay, so this is the glossy side. If you can see it, glossy and like matte, glossy and matte. So when you want to iron this on, you want it like face down on the fabric. So we'll get there. So this is what you need. This is what you need in a sewing machine. If you don't already have one of those, I guess you can stitch it by hand, but there's going to be a lot of sewing involved. So let me sit down. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these aside. And I already had 3 other packets. It's also kind of a follow along. This is also something that I'm doing for the first time myself. So I already have 2 other packets, and I already pre-cut those into 6-inch strips. So that's what you're going to want to do. If you have a mat like me, like I do, and you're going to need those 3 things, a sewing machine and an iron. I want off the measurements on my mat right here, and that's 6 inches. So that's what we're going to do today. I gotta say some. And then the other one that you see there, I already ironed out this one. So I'll be cutting this one into strips for y'all today. So turn your iron on. I have a makeshift iron board, so that will be coming on the screen soon. It's like fabric. It's like a little quilting kit. And the other stuff I bought, the total was $8.16. Here you go. Let you see the receipt. To cost you to follow along with this little project, but if you're just looking for something fun to do, come on, tag along. Alright, but let's get to iron. See, they look tiny, but when you open it, they're actually very long. Very long. They don't even fit on the frame. This is my iron makeshift board. So you see these creases we have in here? Get rid of those. This iron. I like to flip it over and do it on the back instead. If there's a wireless one that you have, please tell me where you got it, because I like one too. You're going to want to go ahead and give all the strips a little iron. Get your measuring weight, the way that you're going to measure all the pieces out. 6 inches. And do a little mark. At 6 inches. And I try to do measurements that would use the entire strip. But for this one, you're going to just have a little extra off the end. Now, if you really like to quilt, you could choose to keep this right here. This piece. And then like do a mini one, but I'm not. I'm just going to cut that off and throw it away. And then do that to like your other ones. But I found out last night that the best way to cut this is to fold this until it's like at the top, and then make sure you line up the edges. So make sure that's at the crease right here. And if the fabric's like this, don't cut it. We want it straight. We want the edges right here to be lined up. So like this. Yes, like that. And then when you put the scissors through, the blade lines up with the orange, see? And then you got a clean cut. And then you start making your pile. So repeat that for all of the pieces. Hey guys, so once you have all your pieces out, alright, I want to show you this real quick. Look, the sun in the afternoon, it'll be like over here-ish. Okay, so alright, so once you have all your pieces, figure out what pattern you're going to use them as. Since these two are blue, I might do like one like this. I do like this plus this and then this. Alright. And then let's take one of each. Very important. And then maybe we can switch it when we do the second row. Alright, so this is important. When you want to sew these together, don't sew them on top of each other like this. And then sew. That will not look seamless. What you're going to want to do is take your pieces, flip it over, have them facing each other, and then sew along here, and that's going to create a seamless. Oh, I accidentally grabbed two. That's going to create a seamless sew, so it's going to look like this. Alright, and then do the same for this side. That's on. We're going to sew them like this, vertically, but remember, you want them facing each other. And then we're just gonna line up the edges. I tend not to, you could pin them if you want, that's optional. But I tend not to pin things because I don't like getting stepped by tiny little needles. Alright. Sew, back stitch a little bit. And then sew straight. As straight as you can. And then back stitch again. Sorry if you can hear my sewing machine in the background. Lift up your foot. Alright. Then cut your thread. And then, look, here you go, people. See for yourself. Ta-da! See? Seamless. I mean, so you don't see the stitching? So, alright guys, I want to show you this. I realized, kind of picking up the pieces and then sewing them together and then like getting the other one the way I was doing it was a little hard. So I realized I should just have one fabric on each on like this. Have this facing down and then just sew in a straight line and then grab this one and then continue sewing in a straight line. Let me show you what I mean. and just create one continuous string of like fabric, and then do the same for the other side. So as you can see, I have my continuous string of little pieces, and then I'm cutting them off, and then I'm going to do the same thing as a chain to this side. So I'm going to take this and make stacks of them, and then sew them all continuously in one line. I figured that would be way more easier and more effective, like I said before. But it's just a pain in the butt. Look. I got that to deal with. So I sewed all of my table. I'm making a table mat, like a table runner kind of sort of way, but smaller. So I sewed all these pieces, and I got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It's an uneven number, but we can make it work in this way. And then, one facing this way like this, or no, I'm going to switch this around. I want them to be opposite of each other. I'm going to sew them face to face, and say I get another piece. Wherever it matches, I'm going to do opposite of. So see how it matches here? I'm going to flip it around so it has an opposite side, and then I'm going to add all these. I might not have enough blue fabric, so if we go, I have this one and then that one over there. If that's not enough for the backing of this, I'm also going to put some of this on it as well to stiffen it up. I forgot to mention, I'm going to sew these vertically, like right here. Probably iron all of these seams down before you sew them. I started on that one and I realized I should probably glue it, and then my bobbin ran out of thread. So yeah, iron down these little seams right here first, then sew them. Okay, the table runner is coming together, as you can see, and then I got this extra piece at the bottom. So I sewed these two together, and now I'm going to sew these 3 large patches together along with this at the end. And we are slowly getting better at making this a table runner. I know it's not like gonna I know it's not gonna be very freaking huge, but it's the point is to be a table decoration. A quilted table decoration. And I'm so glad to see that my visions come into reality. Just coming out of my head into reality, as we can see right here. And this is, as you can see here in the sew parts, the fabric doesn't line up exactly, but that's okay. With certain creations, when people craft and express their artistic, there's always going to be a quirky thing to every single project. Like this project, the quirky thing about it is not the fabric is not lined up. But I know someone will love it. And actually, if I don't, with these 2 things of light blue fabric I have, if that one in the other row is not enough for the backing, I have a plan B. I have extra plain fabric right here, and I'll just use one of those. And then I'll just use this for some other project. I'm hoping those 2 rows are enough, and I might buy an extra one while we're out. Alright, so I'm going to sew these all together and complete the whole top. And I'll be right back to you guys. I made the top of it, and I got good news. I might need to buy more of that. This is enough. 2 of these things is enough of, especially if I do it long ways, like this. Okay, so I need to still iron this out. So yes, these 2 things are enough for the backing. Right over there. So yeah, here's the piece. This is going to be the front, and then that stuff is going to be the back. And what I am also going to do is take this stuff and iron this onto the back of both pieces. So a whole one of these is totally enough for one piece, so I'm gonna have to go out and get another one of these. Oh, my mother's calling. Alright, everybody. Since you have everything sewn together, take this. Make sure you have this rough side down. But first you need to iron this. I'm gonna iron it flat. Make sure everything is flat. Or you cut off like the edges here, because I accidentally cut a little too deep and now I have like a hole right here. I'm gonna sew over that and see if it's not too noticeable. Hopefully it's not, so don't be like me and cut that off. See, we learn from our mistakes, as Bob Ross says. It says, happy accidents. Happy accidents. So, yeah, I ended up sewing right here. I just went down and under, just right a little bit right underneath the hole. Make sure everything is smooth. I know it looks bumpy up here, but this is a big thing for me. Right. So I will be back when I think I have it all ironed on. Alright, when you iron this stuff on, make sure it's attached good. Get the edges, get everything. I would recommend holding it for like 6 seconds. So I went back to the same dollar store today and I got pictures of all of the different fabric pre-cutouts that they had there. It is so cute. So if you're somebody that wants to get into like sewing, I totally recommend starting at the dollar store. And who knows, maybe, guys, comment down below if you want me to make a video talking about starting a small business from the dollar store. Because that can help a lot of people that are looking for like a little bit of money. Or just trying to get by. Alright. Now, I know not all of this might be attached, but I'll flip it over. See, it's stuck. See? See? Stuck. Yeah, I can't pull it off, but I don't want to. So now I'm going to go around and cut all this extra stuff off. And then I'm going to go through and iron it again. So I wanted to show you guys, this is a dollar store rotary cutter. That's pretty good. It's bigger than the fronting, so I think I'm just going to go with a square. But I'm going to leave myself a seam. This is the right way. Face, and the face. Have them facing the right way, like this. And then you sew around. And then, but you got, this is really important. This is really important, guys. So in between this gap, I'm not going to sew because that's where you're going to have to turn your project right side out. Alright, I will be right back with you when I sew this together. Corners like this, like at an angle. Close to the stitching, like that. Do that for like all your corners. Yeah. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. So you're going to want to take the edges here, do a U-turn like this, flip it out, and then try to shove all the fabric out. Just shove it. Maybe make a bigger hole than I did. And just keep on shoving fabric. So see how it's like kind of a hole right there? Just keep shoving the fabric into there. So yeah, going through all of the opening, and I'm getting the corners poked out and flatten it. And then you're going to want to sew the opening too. Fold the edges over and sew that shut. And there we go, people. There you go. A decorative table piece. For any candles that you want to put on this, or you could put like a little statue right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!